I've just been blessed with the right people at the right moment who would just not give up on me. And whether it was Boy Scouts where I could learn to do things, and I'll give you the names, Milt Forsberg and Stan Rankin in Boy Scouts. They taught me how to develop film and learn how to use a camera and take pictures and turn a hobby into a profession. And then as I started to become a photographer, Kurt Beamer, who just was the greatest teacher I've ever had in my life. But I couldn't learn from a book, but he could teach me how to do things in photography. Like Alan was saying, he was good at chemistry. In photography, a lot of it was trial and error, run into a roadblock, figure out what you did wrong, go back and do it again. And if you're persistent, you can do it. And I had plenty of time to do that because I wasn't reading books. And most everybody that wasn't good at photography would get frustrated by the hurdles they ran into, and they'd go read a book. And that, I had to find something that I could be successful at. I had a wonderful counselor in high school, Mrs. Rodemaker, Helen Rodemaker. And at the moment in my life when I needed somebody to say, what are you going to be when you grow up? Hell, I was 15 years old. I had no idea what I was going to be when I was going to grow up, and frankly I didn't want to talk about it, but she wouldn't let me leave her office until I told her, and out of the blue I just said, I want to be a photojournalist, just to make her be quiet so I can go away, And so she went through her Rolodex and she called Harold Holmes at the News Gazette. He was the editor of the News Gazette at that time. And she did the same thing to him. She wouldn't let him off the phone until he said, send him over. And then when I tried to be an example to my children with reading, one of my co-workers' wives, Lori Dye, she was a reading teacher in Unit 4, and she said, I think you have dyslexia. And I was like, well, what's dyslexia? And she said, well, I think it's, what you talk about where you have to read every word, and you get stuck on words and you change the words around. You come and I'll give you a test. Oh, great, I love tests. And so she gave me a test, and it was like, yeah, you've got dyslexia. You need to go get some adult reading classes. So then I went to the reading group, and I forget my teacher's name, but he was terrific, and taught, well, I still got to read every word, but the most important thing for me was if it's a capitalized word in the middle of a sentence, it doesn't matter how you pronounce it. I had to try to figure out, how do you pronounce Flugawugawitz? He says, it's a person, place, or a thing. Just make up a name and go on. I couldn't go on. I always had to get every word just right. And so, I've just had the very fortunate experience of having people in the right moment, in the right place, at the right time in my life.